Hey, good afternoon to everybody. Happy Monday. It's Daryl here. It's a beautiful day here in Connecticut, and it's actually because of this beautiful day that got me thinking about making this video. Um, One thing that I focus on, that I strive for when I make videos, it's not about making money, it's not about views. Honestly, since I started this channel, the one thing that I would love to do, that I strive for, is if I could make a difference in somebody else's life. I'm 58 years old, coming up on 58 and a half maybe, and I've made a lot of mistakes. I've been clean and sober for 17 and a half years. I was a full-blown drug addict, alcoholic for 2 decades of my life, and I've made a lot of mistakes. And if there's anything if there's the best video I could ever do is one where somebody would hear what I'm saying and would avoid the pitfalls that I got messed up in. That would be the best video I ever made, and that's what I'm hoping for with this video. Stick with me here. I'm going to try to go through this in a timely fashion. It should be about 15 minutes, so stick with me. If you're a guy and you ever thought about, you don't need your girlfriend, or you don't need your wife. You could do without her. She could leave if she wants. You give that by fine. There's other girls that want you. You're an attractive guy. You do just fine on your own. As a matter of fact, you'd rather be on your own. What got me thinking about this, besides for this beautiful day, every beautiful day like this reminds me of Audrey, the love of my life, my soulmate that I lost 3 years ago. And that's what got me thinking today. But I watched a TV show earlier, Billy the Exterminator, and it's like a 12. Don't start on me. It's like a 12-year-old, 13, 14-year-old. This one particular show, and he was yelling at his wife Mary, and I was like, dude, you're such an idiot. You don't know what you got till it's gone. That's what got me thinking about all this. So I made a huge mistake, and I realized too late. And the thing now is, I suffer. I carry this baggage, this guilt, this remorse, this weight. I carry this with me every single day of my life. Uh, I don't even know what to compare it to. Let me start at the very beginning. All right, Audrey, in third grade, we were each other's. She was my very first girlfriend. We were the couple, like in third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade, that the teacher would go, "Oh, Daryl and Audrey." We're like the class couple. The first boy to have a girlfriend, the first girl to have a boyfriend. That was us. I thought she looked like Farrah. I was just head over heels. I never even kissed her back then. It was just like an innocent first love. And like I said, every kid in school knew. We went together to the amusement park, like on the class trip, and I bought her a little. I had it engraved for $6. It was a little necklace, her name, her initials and mine. DP plus AV. Okay, so around fifth grade, we broke up. I thought she broke up with me because I put on some weight. I broke my leg. I was getting chubby. She thinks I broke up with her, but we split ways, and we totally went in different directions. In high school, we didn't even talk. She was in a whole different clique. I went my way, and we didn't even give each other the time of day. It was just a childhood crush back then. Okay, so fast forward to she got married. She had a husband. She ran a pizza. Her and her husband owned a successful pizza restaurant. She got divorced. She started drinking. Me, I went through a lot of jobs. I drove a truck. I delivered hardwood flooring. I worked for an architect. I went to school for architecture. I worked for different architects. I did drafting. I did engineering, driving a rig, all sorts of stuff. And I started using. All up to the hardest stuff you name. I don't want to get this video demonetized, but you name it, I was using it every day. And eventually I hit bottom and I got clean. October 23rd, 2006. So here's the thing. Audrey told me about this. We ended up in the same town, and we both found ourselves clean and sober. She wasn't dating anybody, but I just broke up with a girl I was seeing. And Audrey told me about this. She was standing next to me. She didn't know it was me, her childhood sweetheart, at the deli counter. And she said she was on the phone to her sister. And she said, She said, Paula, the most handsome guy I have ever seen is standing right next to me right now. She told me that about me. I'm not the most handsome guy, but she thought, I thought she's the most beautiful. You know what I mean? We love you. It was just love at first sight, even after all these years. And she knew what she wants. She was a very busy, once she got clean, she had been clean for 9 years. I had been clean at this point for maybe 12 years. And we got together. And she told me right off the bat, she wants to get married. She wants to be, a successful partnership. She was 55, I was 55. We were, the same age. And we hooked back up. We were both clean and sober. We were both, secure in our sobriety. We were focused. I was making money doing artwork, which she helped me out. She helped me sell paintings. I helped her out. She worked her way all the way up to the top of employee the management in a big company around here. And she actually worked for one of the high-end recovery places here in Connecticut where like rock stars go. She was like one of the high-up people that hire other people to work there. She was very aggressive, very successful. And we got a beautiful apartment. And I kind of wanted the apartment to myself. We had just been dating for a month, and it was a beautiful freaking apartment. We had a deck off the back. It was way up on a mountaintop, and it had downstairs and upstairs and hardwood flooring. And I was renting it, and she already had a place that she was renting. We had only been dating for a month. And in my heart, I was still kind of immature. I wanted the place to myself just for a little while, but she really wanted to get married, so she kind of pushed to get in there, to move in with me. And I always kind of harbored a little bit of a grudge about that. And then she took me down to, I met her parents before, but she took me down to Daytona. And I didn't realize, I was so thick-headed at the time, she was like vetting me, She was like, this is the guy I'm going to marry. And I didn't even realize it at the time. I thought it was just a free trip to Florida, to Daytona Beach, like an idiot. And we get back, and I'm kind of just, being my usual, aloof self, just kind of blowing her off here and there, and, I could do my own thing, and I'm independent. And she said, Daryl, are we getting married or not? If we're not getting married, I need to get I need to get out of this relationship. I still remember the morning. She said this, and she just started. I said, you're gonna have to get into, you're gonna have to end this relationship. And like I said, it was nothing. I was doing sit-ups that morning. You could have tea with your breakfast. That's how I said it. And I regret that, man. I can't tell you how I regret that. And she started bawling. And she packed her stuff, but she told me, she said, Daryl, I don't want to lose you, and I wanted to tell her, you're not going to lose me, but I knew she already did, and she packed all of her stuff up and she moved out. Okay. So we're living apart, and we never started dating anybody else for like 2 years. We still go on vacations together. We were each other's true love. We weren't being intimate, but we were still texting each other every day. She was living in another place. We couldn't get away from each other. We loved each other. And I was just starting to realize this. When she moved to Florida, she decided, to move down to Florida with her parents. And this is in the summer of 2021 when COVID was really ripping down there. And what they call the Delta variant. And she drove right into it. I remember giving her a hug before she left. And I said, I'll be down, we'll get married, because I realized, I was like, and I realized I'm 55 years old. What am I waiting for? Why am I, this is the love of my life. I'll probably be dead in 20 years. What the hell am I waiting for? Marry her, and it clicked. As soon as she got there, she got COVID. She went into intensive care a few days later. I never saw her again. She was hooked up, she was intubated, unconscious, put in a coma, and she died on August 5th, 2021. That's not the worst part. Worst part was her sister went down to clean out. She'd sent her belongings there to move into her new place, her new condo. And her sister went down there to clean it all out, as you do when somebody you love dies. And I'm going to put a picture of this This is a page from her diary when she was 12 years old. I believe it was 11 or 12 years old. You know, we used to go ice skating. This is back when we were kids in third, fourth grade. We used to go ice skating at this place, Taft School. We'd go ice skate. We'd meet each other there, and on couple skate, we'd hold hands, you know. And her sister sent me a page from this diary, and it talked about that night that she was going to go ice skating with Daryl. And she said, Daryl's my boyfriend. I read it. I'll put a picture of this actual page. I'll put this in the thumbnail so you could read it yourselves. Daryl's my boyfriend. I love him so much. And I read that. And I realized, you know, she had loved me this whole time. I was telling myself for a while that she just wanted to get married, you know, like her sister, like her family, you know, and I was just the guy that was available. That's what I kept telling myself. No, she'd always loved me. You know, we were the love of each other's life, and I realized too fucking late. You know, when I read that, when I read that paragraph, man, it all clicked. You know, we were meant to be together. And I fucked it up. I just, you know, that day she was crying and she said she didn't want to lose me. And I just let her leave. Like it was nothing. I could find somebody else. I could be alone. Biggest mistake I ever made in my life. I think of her every day. Every day. I talk to her. I could date other girls. I'm not, you know, trying to sound like anything special, but you know, I've had opportunities. I'm just not interested. There's never going to be another. You know, every day like this, I smell the air and I think of her every day. And I can never apologize. I can never make up for this. I can never fix it. She's gone. And she loved me. And I pushed her away. Don't make this mistake. I have to live with this every day of my life, and there's nothing I can do to change it. I can't even say I'm sorry. Nothing I can do, and I live with this every day. Don't make the same mistake. Don't let your ego or your stupid male brain tell you that you don't need her, that, you know, you could do fine without her. You'll never forget her. It sucks, believe me. It feels like a huge weight that I'm gonna have to carry with me for the rest of my life. The only thing that's keeping me from ending it is the belief that if I end it, I won't ever see her in the afterlife. That I just want to hug her when I pass over. I want to see her, and that's the only thing that's keeping me here. That's the only thing that's keeping me from ending it. Really. Otherwise, I would have, you know, there's no point. It's freaking torture every day. It's every song I hear, every TV show I watch, just the colors of the bedroom we had, the bikes, everything I look at. Daryl's my boyfriend. I love him very much. And I pushed her away. Don't make the same mistake.